What's up, everybody? My name is Justin. Most people call me GDT. Thank you for joining me here on this live trading video. Today we're going to break down 3 trades overall. One really nice one in QFIN today, and then adding 2 little bonuses at the end of the morning in KOLD, Cold Natural Gas ETF. We're going to break it all down in this video. Make sure you guys hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. Let's go, let's trade. Okay, so QFIN was the first trade of the day. You can see it starting to alert right below my head here on the scanner. You can see it starting to hit into the 20s, highlighting in that hot yellow orange color right there down below on my scanner. So I'm watching it here, and it's looking pretty good overall. You can see a bunch of volume coming in. Didn't have too much volume to start the day, but a bunch of volume coming in here over the last 2 minutes. And I'm watching it, and it's a little bit spready, and it's kind of a little bit jumpy too. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, maybe instead of just hitting the limit inside of the ask like I normally do, I will set an order out here. So I set an order out here at 1540, and I'm looking to see if I can get short 200 shares here on QFIN up at 1540. So just kind of sitting and waiting, seeing if I can get that fill. And there it is. It jumps up and gets me at 1540, and then watch this. It's still alerting on the scanner below me. Now it's really jumping. Look at this move. Beautiful move up towards 16 here. I go ahead and add in 200 more shares there at 1588. Now I'm short a total of 400 shares at an average of 1564, and now it's time to game plan. I've already game planned, but the game plan now is to tell you what that game plan was. So I'm looking for another 400 shares if we can get a nice big pop up through 16, at least through 1620, ideally up towards like 1640, since we got about a 50-cent or so range on the first 2 entries here. Up towards 1640 on a nice pop of 16 would be ideal, but I would be ready over 1620 in case it just did a little kind of a fake pop through the $16 level there to kind of sucker people in as it's going higher. So I'm in here short on QFIN, 400 shares at an average of 1564, and just kind of waiting and seeing what it does. So for the first minute here, just kind of sits up here towards 16, trying to decide what it does. It doesn't want to go through 16, or is it going to start coming back down, and just kind of waiting and seeing. So just sitting here basically. There's nothing to do at this point. I've got the game plan. I've got my position in at 1564. I know what I'm doing, and the game plan for starting to cover on the downside is waiting for a 1550 break. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready for 3/4 of my position here. If we can get a nice move through 1550, I'm not going to put my order out at 1550. I want to see a break of 1550 and then hopefully get a nice cover much lower than that. So I'm just watching the bid here, seeing if we can break 1550. There it's below. I click the button. It did move down lower. I get a fill there for 300 shares at 1541, and now I'm down to 100 shares here. So I've realized $44, got 100 shares left here, and I'm going to look to piece these out. So I'm going to look to piece the first half of this 100 out. So 50 shares I'm looking for here. If we can get 1515, so I put the order out here. 50 shares now at 1515. In this case, I am good with putting the order out because I'm not looking for a key break area. I'm just looking to get a fill down there at 1515. So looking to see if I can get this 100 shares cut in half on this fill. So just waiting. It's kind of sitting there. Can it get down and get me? There it goes. I'm all out those 50 shares. So now I'm up $80. I got 50 shares left, and now it's a matter of where do I want these 50 shares. Well, ideally I want a nice breakdown through 15. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, I can probably even partial this 50 out into 25 share lots because it's still got some decent room to the downside. So it's getting below 15. I decided to put 25 of them out here at 1480. Looking for a nice move here. Can it get lower? And we'll see what it can do. And then I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, this is really giving back pretty much all of the move it just made. So I can probably put my other 25 shares out here at 1460 and look to take the whole thing off. So that's what I do. I put both the orders out there. Got the one sitting at 1480. It's about to get filled, and then I've got another sitting at 1460 if it can get down there. So here it comes. Can it get me the fill here at 1480? There's the fill at 1480. I've got 25 shares left. I've realized up over $100 at this point, and I'm up over a point on these 25 shares now. You can see that average on these 25 shares is 1588, and we are down below 1488 now. So over a point here on these remaining shares that I've got left out of a $15 stock in 3 minutes. I can't complain about that ever. So got my order sitting out down here at 1460. Can I get the fill to close this one out with these 25 remaining shares? Here it comes down. It does get below in the bid, doesn't fill me immediately, and doesn't show up because I'm an odd lot of less than 100 of 25, but then it does get down there and fill me all out there at 1460 here on QFin for plus $140 in 3 minutes of trading on a Friday in a slow market. I will take that every single time. Can I get more QFins, please, stock market gods? So up a big one there. Going to add a little bit more later on in the day. Didn't really see anything else that I was too interested throughout the morning, but cold starts moving here, and I did have to pay for locates on this one. You can see the gray L in the level 2 montage means that I have to locate them, but they're only about $1 or so per 100 shares, so I was okay with paying for the locates here. And this is a natural gas ETF, so another thing kind of going against it on this trade is that it's an ETF and not just a plain stock as a natural gas ETF. So I want to take this one pretty slow overall, and I go ahead and start just 100 shares here at 1655, and not looking for much honestly out of this move, just looking for a little pullback. I'm like, where would I be happy to take a couple free extra dollars here? Well, if it gets down to 1640, I'll probably take a free $15 basically and move on. So that's kind of what I end up planning to do here. I'm going to put my order out here at 1640, see if I can get a fill and move on to something else maybe, or just call it a day. So I put my order out here at 1640. It comes down, gets me the fill. I'm all out there for a free $15 basically. It was pretty easy on that one in cold. But then it starts popping up real big. Look at this move in cold. This is an actual move here. So go ahead and get that 100 shares in that I've already paid for. Don't have to pay for them again. I'm short here at 1775, but I am going to have to pay for another 100 shares here because it's going to move up through 18. So that's what I'm waiting for now. Can we get a nice move up through 18 to take another 100 shares off here, or put another 100 shares in here in cold, I should say, and get up to a total of 200 shares, get that average up a little bit. So that's what I'm looking for here. It's either going to come down under 1750 and I'm going to take another small winner here, or it's going to make that move up through 18 and I'm going to look to add in. So as this starts to come back up towards 18, that's when I'm paying for the extra 100 shares here to just kind of anticipate it. If not, then oh well, I've wasted $1 on shares that I don't use, but at least I'm ready for the trade in the event it makes that move. So waiting to see if it can get up through 18 here now on cold to see if I can add in. I'm not going to add in right at 18 or on a small break. I want to see a nice big move here on cold up through 18. So here it comes. It's pushing 18. What's it going to do once it gets through? I need to see a nice move, not just this little move that it's giving me at first. Not going to add in here because it's not enough range based on the previous candles to get in here. But then here it comes. Here's the nice fast move. I'll go ahead and add in there up over 1720. So now I have 200 shares short here in cold, an average of 1798. But unfortunately, unlike QFin, this one didn't want to come down nearly as nicely. So after a few minutes, I'm like, because of those things that are going against it. It's a natural gas ETF. At this point, it's probably a cut over the highs. I'm just going to put 150 of these shares out here at 1790 and look to just reduce this one down. So I took those almost exactly break even on the trade on those 150 shares. You can see my realized is still just $15 here on cold, but now I've at least got 50 shares left in case it does want to come down further for me here. I can try and make a little bit of extra money with those. So that's basically what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to wait and see what it does. I want to see if this thing now can get under 1780. Looking for a move under 1780. Once again, I'm not going to put my order out there. I want to see if we get a nice move under. So it's pressing 1780 here. Can it get through 1780? Hopefully give me a nice big move to the downside, because this is kind of where I saw the support sitting here. So once it makes this move, it doesn't really push down stronger. I just say, okay, I give up, you win. I take it off there at 1780, and I'm up another $20 on that portion of the cold trade to end my day and end my week. So that's going to do it for me. I can't complain. I'm up $175 on a Friday, on a holiday. Thank you, veterans. I appreciate you all. In a slow market that's been tough to trade relatively over the last few months, so really can't complain at all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you all traded good, made some money to end out your week. If you guys do enjoy these videos, just do me one big favor: hit like, hit subscribe. It's absolutely free for you. It means a ton for me. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later.